YouTube. As you know from my last video, my mother passed away after a very long illness Thursday a week ago. And we had her memorial service on Sunday at the Kingdom Hall that she used to go to. And you all know the drill when it comes to Jehovah's Witness funerals. I will have to say that the brother who delivered the funeral talk did a fantastic job as far as Jehovah's Witness funerals go. It was still an infomercial for the religion, but she got a full 12 minutes of the talk. 12 minutes of the talk was actually about her and her life without too much God-bothering thrown in, which is a record as far as I'm concerned. I've never been to a Jehovah's Witness funeral that had more than 6 minutes in it about the actual deceased. Now, they did get into some BS when they got into the regularly scheduled infomercial, but and yes, that was infuriating and difficult to sit through, but it's over, and I think that it's going to take a long time to process this. Part of the reason that I am able to have the closure that I have is because of the support of the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, who showed more love this weekend than I think I've ever been shown by a group of people. I am absolutely floored, y'all. I can't even express my gratitude and my just incredible. I'm so impressed with you guys. I'm so touched. Why? Well, because 5 or 6 people who have only met me one time, and 2 of them we had never met in person at all, drove all the way to my mother's congregation, which was out in the sticks, man. It's out there. It's a drive for these guys. They came all the way out there to a Kingdom Hall to support me and my sister, because they knew that being disfellowshipped, I would most likely be shunned. And they were correct. Although I will say that most of the people in the congregation and most of the people who are actually related to me there were kind, not overly talkative, but not terrible. It could have been much worse. However, when I saw them walking in, my heart just lifted. I can't really describe that feeling. It was amazing. It was, I'm not in this by myself. There are people here for me. And so I invited them to sit up on the front row with us on one side of the Kingdom Hall. The funniest moment of the day, funny at a funeral, but it was pretty funny. One of the Jehovah's Witnesses who was in that congregation, I don't know his name, he walked up to ask them. So it was Jimmy Bell and John Ledger and Joe Hudson and his lovely wife, Ariane, and Deasis. His brother came up and asked them, well, how are you, connected? Are you family? And one of them said, yes, we are her family. And I looked at him straight in the face and said, these are my family on the other side. It's true, you guys. We are family. And this was just incredible of you guys. It was amazing. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Another thing that happened, there was a Facebook group called Watching Watchtower that Jimmy and John and Deasis, I think, started. Jimmy had posted right after my mother passed about it, and people sent me hundreds of comments, hundreds of well wishes and things. And then when they came up with the idea, it was the lovely Andy Pohl who came up with the idea. And apparently there are a lot of us former Jehovah's Witnesses in North Carolina here, and we have managed to find each other in person, and it's really incredible. It's incredible. So Andy had the idea that they should come to the funeral, and so that's how that happened, and it's really just mind-blowing. That feeling is mind-blowing. I can't describe it any other way. But the members of the Facebook group who are far away in other countries wanted to do something as well, and so they actually hand wrote notes to me and scanned them and sent them to John, and John had them, he printed them on a card for me. There are messages here from all over the world, guys. All over the world. I never, ever got support and love like this from my family. I never, ever got love and support like this from my congregation, any of them, any of the Jehovah's Witnesses, ever. After the service, all of us went out to Applebee's and ate appetizers and had drinks, and it was a lovely, lovely time, especially on the heels of such a tough couple hours for me. And that little bit of fellowship and friendship and love has just carried me ever since. So one really cool thing that happened, though, is that our waitress, as we were paying our checks, she said, "Did I hear this right? Are you guys in the truth?" And we all went, "Whoa." And I said, "Well, you could say that. We used to be." And so what ensued was an incredible unwitness, because this girl, apparently she and her boyfriend have been studying with the witnesses for a couple of months, and they've just reached the stage where the boyfriend is being told that he has to shave his beard. So we had an interesting conversation about that. It was a great conversation. I gave her my contact information. I think Diesis also did, and Jimmy, and told her any questions that she has to call us, that we are friends and we are here no matter what. And I just thought that was amazing. It was altogether an amazing day considering the occasion. And so I'm really looking forward to the meetup in North Carolina that we are planning now for next spring. So I want you to take up this banner and make this a thing. I am all in with this. Make this a thing. Find each other. Find your local ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and support each other. Be there for each other. Somebody has to go to a Jehovah's Witness funeral, you show up with them, because it means the world to us that have to go through it. You know, you support each other when you're in the hospital, and you support each other when you need a friend, and, you know, go to each other's kids' softball games. You know, I think that this is the most amazing thing that we can do for each other, is to provide community and to be a support. And I cannot possibly thank you enough.